Right now, the state of the Aventus Network, we are building a product called the Gateway API. When the Gateway API launches, anybody will very easily be able to build on top of the Aventus Network. It's almost like what Infura is for Ethereum, that'll exist for the Aventus Network, making things very simple. So a lot of focus is going to go into creating various programs, whether it's grants, prizes, rewards, competitions, all around building some of the fundamental building blocks and assisting third parties in deriving value and generating long-term sustainable transactions for the Aventus Network and that product. So that's something we expect to do this quarter. Then outside of that, we are obviously actively pursuing various different segments. So we've just hired some more BD people. We've got a few key market segments, as you already know, right? Live entertainment, video games, supply chain use cases, NFTs, and loyalty. So we've done sort of big headline deals across each of those sectors. The BD team that we're hiring is going to flesh out and get more smaller deals within each of those to generate transactions. And then as a leadership team, myself and Anna are actively pursuing more other use cases and big deals that can kind of show the headline there. So that's kind of the process we're going through across those sort of three buckets to really deliver more transactions. I mean, we launched in production in February and we've already got around 2 million sort of users across the different applications that use us and 18 million transactions with at least sort of minimum guarantees on an annual basis from the deal so far and sort of transaction fees being paid because of that. And that's in a very short time. And as you can imagine, big deals typically have a 6 month to year sort of deal cycle. So more and more will be joining the network and you'll see some great announcements on that front very soon. Then your second question is around what is the pitch centered around. I would say blockchain, if you want to sum it up, there's obviously all sorts of complexity around how you actually apply blockchain, right? And it could be a whole host of different factors. But if you want to sum it up as simply as possible, I think blockchain is about operational efficiency. I think it is a cost reduction or a potential user experience improvement that results in more revenue. And that is where the core pitch seems to almost always be centered around. If you look at some of the applications, right? If we're in loyalty, we've restructured what the balance sheet debt obligation looks like, making it significantly cheaper to operate a loyalty scheme and therefore scale it. And we've drastically improved the user experience of being able to use their loyalty points more easily at lower levels on a microtransaction basis. So that has allowed more customers and cheaper operation of the scheme for the businesses involved. If you look at supply chain use cases, it's about streamlining the process and the various sort of disparate data sets and joining everything up together in a sort of more cohesive, trustworthy way. If you look in ticketing, it's very similar, right? It's a more trustworthy system that eliminates some of the inefficiency in market with respect to the secondary market. So I would really say that's where the cool thing is. Most people aren't like, ooh, I really want to use blockchain today. I'm just held back by the scalability. A lot of the traditional industry is actually helping them understand how it can solve their fundamental problems.